There you go.
Snakes in the bedroom, behind cupboards, inside cars, causing fear and panic.
I'm quite sure that this one's a rat snake.
As rapid development transforms India's IT hub Bengaluru, the garden city's open spaces are being lost.
In the last 20 years, snakes have easily lost about 95% of their habitat.
The more habitat we clear away, there's going to be nowhere for these animals to go to, and there's going to be increased human-animal conflict.
There you go, hi.
The snakes are forced to shelter wherever they can.
All the snakes get flushed out of the burrows. They are kind of found in people's basements, people's staircases.
101 East joins the snake rescuers of Bengaluru to discover if humans and snakes can coexist peacefully even in a megacity. Shoaib Ahmed is a man on a mission. A large cobra has been found at a cricket academy in the Indian city of Bengaluru. Now it's a race to get there before someone, human or snake, gets hurt.
इसके पीछे है, इसके पीछे है। बड़ा है, छोटा है? Okay. मुझे आपकी थोड़ी हेल्प चाहिए। That's a cobra, that's a cobra. Alrighty.
One of the city's most in-demand snake rescuers, Shoaib bags the cobra and takes it to the closest patch of scrubland he can find to release it, just half a kilometer away from the academy.
The reason why I rushed, it's basically because if you do not manage to reach the location in time, there's always someone who wants to help in that situation. Now, the problem is when people try to get their hands on the snake, either they will get bitten or they will injure the snake.
Bengaluru, also known as Bangalore, is the center of India's IT boom. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the world, but its rapid growth has come at a cost.
The change in Bangalore has been extremely massive. Where we are sitting today used to be a lake bed before or agricultural land before, but today it's all dried out. The biggest problem or the biggest change that has happened because of this massive development in Bangalore is the fact that we have lost a lot of species. In the last 20 years, if I have to say, snakes have easily lost about 95% of their habitat.
Shoaib's frenetic day takes him across the length and breadth of the city. From posh bungalows and high-rise apartment complexes to office buildings and factories like this one, where a snake sighting has brought work to a halt.
कहाँ पे है? Okay.
बैठा हुआ था, फिर यहाँ से अंदर गया है और यहाँ जाके अंदर गया है। अभी वो मशीन अंदर है कि बाहर है ये तो श्योर नहीं है, लेकिन वो अंदर गया है।
कितना वक्त हुआ देख के?
2 घंटा हो गया।
काफी बड़ा है। सके?
It may look intimidating, but it's a docile and non-venomous species called a rat snake.
और इसका आपके कंपनी के आसपास रहना बेहतर होता है। अच्छा। ये चूहे, मेंढक, दूसरे छोटे सांप वगैरह सबको खा जाता है।
आप उधर उस तरफ बैक साइड में ना।
आइए मैं बताता हूँ।
It's part of Shoaib's mission to spread awareness at every rescue call he attends, to try and dispel the many myths about snakes.
इसकी आवाज़ सुन रहे हैं आप? ये नाग जैसा बुस नहीं करता है, ये ग्राउल करता है।
दूध पी लेता है।
ना ये सब कहानी है।
हम लोग गांव में देखा है।
नहीं
गाय का छान का दूध पी जाएगा।
दोनों पैसे पकड़ के
अगर पूंछ मार दिया नहीं तो घाव हो जाएगा, तो घाव को भी नहीं होता है।
अच्छा देखो, इसकी पूंछ मेरे हाथ में है, इसकी पूंछ में कोई काटा है?
चलो ठीक है सर, अब इसको ना पीछे में आप जंगल में छोड़ दीजिए। हाँ। दोबारा हम लोग सोचेंगे कि ना आए हमारे तरफ।
छोड़ देता हूँ, चला जाएगा वो अपने आप।
For Shoaib, releasing a snake in the same area where it's caught is a rare victory.
difficult part that we face here in Bangalore is to go back and release them in their habitat. If we release an adult snake in a new habitat, there are chances that we are disrupting the entire ecosystem over there. An adult snake which is moved from this territory to that territory might generally start looking around, wandering to go back to its territory, during which time it will not eat, it will not rest, and it will lose weight, and eventually it will die.
The challenge is there is less and less territory to work with.
We don't have space. There's like literally house after house after house. There's no tree whatsoever. It's just a gutter system, and they have told that the snake came out of the gutter. Now, if we tell them that we're going to release the snake back in the gutter, nobody's going to agree to it. They're going to say no.
Shoaib's fascination with snakes began when he was just a boy. His mother loved the reptiles and encouraged him. But it wasn't until much later in life that he began rescuing them, almost by accident.
So Shoaib, you had a regular office job. How did you make the switch to what you do now?
Before, I've worked for about 14 years in IT companies. But, you know, deep inside, that calling was always there. Very funny incident that I recall is when I was on my way to my work in my cab, there was a lot of commotion. I saw this big rat snake trying to like escape because there's so many people and it doesn't have space to go. I just went in, I grabbed the snake, I came out. And the next thing I see is my cab mates, they're all screaming their life. They're like, no, you can't sit in this car with the snake. I'm like, man, I need to like drop it off somewhere. When someone calls me for a snake, everything else shuts down. It's not a profession for me, it's a passion. It's something that no one has taught me how to handle them. It's something that I have learned on my own. It's God-gifted.
हाँ बस उस पे नजर रखना मैं बस पहुंच ही रहा हूँ
हाँ जी प्लीज पहुंच जाओ
ओके चलो बाय बाय
ठीक
चलो बाय बाय
The calls never stop coming for Shoaib. He rushes off for another rescue. Across the city, a rash of snake sightings in this high-end apartment complex has left residents on edge.
How many snakes have you been seeing in and around the community?
So here says 20 snakes that we've found.
In a month?
I think in this month and last
Okay,
month.
okay,
Maybe like,
okay.
yeah. But I've been in Bangalore and Bangalore's always had snakes. Like I've had snakes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I was a kid, so I was so tormented by it.
That's
I
perfect.
think for others it's like a big fear.
Yeah.
So sometimes they bite, but they
Subiksha
still don't
is an urban
detect
wildlife
them.
expert. Today she's holding a workshop to teach residents about how they can coexist with snakes.
Thank you so much for coming here. Today we will talk to you guys a little bit about snakes and what is it that we can do to navigate these snake encounters with more confidence and with ease. Snakes are actually an important part of our city. Do you know something? Snakes are more scared of you than you are of them. I know. You know, right? Think about it. It's a small animal that's kind of, just walking on the ground. And we are all big people kind of just stomping around. And given the chance, what will the snake like to do? It will try to run away. It will try to escape the situation. It is never going to...
The fear of snakes is understandable, especially here in India, where an estimated 58,000 people die from snake bites every year. It's the highest incidence in the world. But experts say most deaths occur in rural areas. Farmers working in bare feet and with bare hands, accidentally touching venomous snakes, and the lack of medical facilities in rural India combine to deadly effect.
The vast majority of the population, I say, fear snakes. It's usually panic, fear. They think that something could happen to them, something could happen to their children. There are a lot of misinformation around these animals. But when you break it down to them, hey, snakes are not all that you believe them to be. They're actually very peaceful animals. Most of the times people there's some change in the mindset.
Part of Subiksha's work at the Avian and Reptile Rehabilitation Center is to supervise the treatment of the hundreds of injured animals here, like this rock python, whose spine was broken at a construction site by a bulldozer.
We have a specialized formula for these animals. This formula is the nutrients in a very easily absorbable form. So we kind of deliver it directly into the animal's stomach, and it's much easier for the animal to kind of digest. It's been with us for about 6 months now, and now he's doing a lot better. It's stabilized, and currently he's in this outdoor space to kind of move around, get more exercise and physical therapy. Can you guys feel the tube? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, yeah?
Rescuing wildlife is a 24/7 job in Bengaluru, but staff are most in demand during the city's monsoon season.
Over the past couple of years, definitely we have been having a lot of unseasonal rains. Snakes usually like to stay in the burrows that are there. So when there's flooding that happens, all the snakes get flushed out of the burrows. They are found in people's basements, people's staircases and things like that.
In the last decade, flooding has increased in frequency and intensity in Bengaluru. The Indian Meteorological Department calls it the most flood-prone district in southern India. For rescuers like Shoaib, flooding brings greater danger.
Snakes thrive in gutters, and our gutter system is amazing. It just fills up the moment we have a heavy rain. I remember one particular time in one person's house we had 10-12 snakes, and they are calling out in frenzy. There's so much water that we can't find the snakes. I had to literally swim almost with the snake. It stays in my memory the way the cobra hooded and came towards me. I still remember it literally took my life out. Like I saw my soul go behind, but thankfully the snake just hooded up. That's what most of the snakes do. They threaten you and then they move out.
The increase in flooding and the rise in human encounters with snakes can both be traced back to a common cause: the city's remarkable construction boom.
And you have a lot of,
Ravi Chandar is one of Bengaluru's leading experts on urban development.
If I have to identify one existential threat for Bangalore, it is flooding.
Before it was transformed into India's IT capital in the late 1990s, Bengaluru was known for its parks, gardens and lakes. The city was built around more than 200 man-made lakes, which were constructed more than 500 years ago. Each lake connects to another through a system of waterways called ragtag.
The founder of Bangalore is Kempagoda, and Kempagoda's mother's message to her son was just 2 sentences: plant trees, build lakes.
The reality in Bengaluru is a far cry from that vision.
Rapid, uncontrolled growth has led to what you are seeing Bangalore as today. If you look at 2011 to 2025, a population of 9 million has gone to 14.4 million. So the lakes and tanks get built on, which leads to future day floodings. The lakes become smaller because there's encroachment and building that's happening. The Raj Kalwe get encroached on. There are instances of them getting covered and buildings being there on top of them. So that results in a whole lot of modern day problems.
In the last 3 decades, Bengaluru's built-up area has increased to cover nearly 90% of the city, with no end in sight to the construction frenzy.
This little area over here is very emblematic of Bengaluru's problems. What once used to be a vibrant lake has all but reduced to very little water over here because of pollution and construction debris as the city has come closer and closer, and it's still coming closer because there's construction happening over there over a set of high rises that's coming up almost on top of the lake bed.
Even so, Ravi insists that all is not lost.
The reason I'm optimistic is increasingly I'm noticing fewer and fewer people in denial of the problem. Solutions are known. What we are still lacking is the political will and the administrative action to get this place going in terms of the fix.
Ravi's optimism is not unfounded. The government recently began a project to restore Bengaluru's lakes, and more than 100 have been cleared of debris and refilled with fresh water. Yet, there's a long road ahead. To get a glimpse of the natural habitats Bengaluru has lost, we meet Yatin Kalki, a zoologist who specializes in reptiles. On most weekends, he can be found studying snakes on the outskirts of Bengaluru and leading tours for biologists, wildlife photographers, and local residents.
So let's talk about snake bite protocol really quick. Guys, please don't bite snakes, okay? It's not a good idea.
Yatin collects data every time he is out looking for snakes. The first list of snake species found in Bengaluru was published in 1874. Yatin published the second list in 2021.
So we found a total of 33 snake species that live in Bangalore urban district. And only, I would say, under 10 species are found now in the city.
Where? In the crack.
In the crack. Sandboa, nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Nice. Sandboa, perfect.
Yeah. Look at that. So these sandboas just sit in these cracks.
Okay.
And they wait for like rats or something to run out, or even a gecko or something to run past, and they'll just grab it. I think in my own lifetime, I've noticed such big changes in the landscape around my house and a huge decline in the snake population.
Here, in one of the few remaining natural spaces around Bengaluru, Yatin hopes to see snakes that were once common but have now almost vanished.
So it's called a cat snake because it has vertical pupils.
So is this a snake that you can find in Bangalore?
Yeah, you can find them on
city?
the outskirts.
Yeah.
They're pretty much there on every granite hill that we see around the city. We've seen a lot of mining happening everywhere, not just Bangalore, you know. And when the entire hill gets leveled and mined, obviously the snake disappears. I've seen this firsthand with the scrub forest that I grew up catching snakes in when I was a kid. The place where I caught my first cobra, my first Russell's viper and all this stuff. To see it completely bulldozed and turned into an apartment complex, an office complex, a tech park, it was just heartbreaking, you know?
Back in the bustle of the city, Shoaib's phone does not stop ringing.
हेलो नहीं, अगर आपने पकड़ लिया है बॉटल में तो आप कोई खुली जगह देख के उसको छोड़ दीजिए सर. हाँ, उतना ही. रेस्क्यूअर का काम आपने खुद कर दिया है, आप बस छोड़ दो उसको कहीं पे खुली जगह में. हाँ नहीं नहीं, अभी देखो सीज़न है तो ये सीज़न में ना स्नेक्स हर कहीं पे है, बच्चे हर कहीं हैच होते हैं, तो आप उसको कहीं भी थोड़ा दूर ले जाइए आपकी जगह से, खुली जगह देख के छोड़ दीजिए.
Shoaib's busiest time of the year is the monsoon season, which is when snakes hatch. Today he's received a call from Chetna, who found a snake on the patio of the home she shares with her parents.
And that's extremely cute.
It's very cute. All the snake hatching time, right?
Yeah, most of them at least. It's basically cobra eggs which hatch as of now. They can't even handle their head weight. They hood and then they just fall back because they don't have that strength. But you know, when it comes to toxicity of venom, their venom is more toxic than the adults. See?
Now, where do you release
So
it?
we'll go a little far. We'll find a nice patch and release it.
We worship the snakes. So especially cobras, which is called Kalinga. So it is our god, we don't kill it.
Lord Shiva, he has a cobra around his neck. One of the biggest reasons why snakes are revered as god is because of that. If I were a close friend of Shiva, I would have said keep one species of every snake so that everything can be saved, not just cobras, but yeah.
In Hindu mythology, snakes are associated with many gods. Here in the south, one of the most important is Subramanya, who is the protecting deity for all snakes. And you will find Subramanya temples like the one behind me all around Bengaluru.
Not far from here, another baby cobra is being rescued and venerated.
Put inside. Shake అట్లా పెట్టుకో ముక్కో పాముని సైడ్ సైడి ముక్కు ముక్కో మాకి మంచిది స్కూల్లో మంచిది ఇది కావాలా ఏమవుతావు
మిలిటరీ గల అడుకో ఆర్మీలో పోవాలా పెద్ద ఆఫీసర్ కావాలా అని.
The snake was rescued by Mohan, a pioneer in the field. He was one of the first employees of Bengaluru's government task force set up in 2000 to handle snake complaints.
ಹೆಣ್ಣು ನಾಗ ಇದೆ, ಗಂಡು ನಾಗ ದೇವತೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಜನಗಳು ಬಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಪುನಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸೊ ದೇವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೊ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಏನದು ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋದಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗೋದು, ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ
After 25 years of rescuing snakes, Mohan now loves the animals, but he once feared them.
ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ ಬಂತು. ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಫುಲ್ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೊಬ್ರಾ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನನಗೆ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಾಗಿ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಹೋದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾವು ಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರೂ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಭಯ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ, ಕೈ ಫುಲ್ ಶೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗೋ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಗಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಇಟ್ಟೆ. ಅವರು ಟೀ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಕುಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಟೀ ಕುಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಟೀ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಆ ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಶೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಭಯಕ್ಕೆ ಫಿಯರ್ ಏನಿದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಶೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಟೀ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಲೋ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಯಾವುದೂ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗೆ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
But Mohan knows better than most that rescuing snakes can be dangerous. He's had his own near-death encounter.
ಸೊ ಮಳೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆ ಓಡ ಹಾವಿದೆ, ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಡ್ಡಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಕಡ್ಡಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾವು ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬೈಟ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಬೈಟ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Mohan lost consciousness. When he woke up, he was in the hospital with one side of his body paralyzed. It took 3 months of therapy for him to regain mobility.
ಸೊ ಬೈಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ 1-2-3 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ರೆಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ನನಗನ್ಸು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂತ.
In one of Bengaluru's most exclusive neighborhoods, Mohan rescues a rat snake from a garage. Government rules state that snakes must be released near where they are found, but there is nowhere nearby for Mohan to safely release this snake.
ರೆಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ಸ್ನ ನಿಯರ್ ಬೈ, ಅಂದರೆ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈ BBMP ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಟಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫೀಲ್ ತುಂಬ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ಸ್ನ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Bengaluru's snake rescuers despair about the severe loss of natural habitats. But their love for a creature that's often feared and despised keeps them going.
ಸೊ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಕಿನ ಬೆಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ animals.
They are one of the most peaceful animals we have worked with, because when we treat snakes, we always see that their intention is never out there to get you.
They can't walk, they can't run. The only thing that they can do is slither around. They can't even close their eyes because they don't have eyelids. I mean, how can you not love such a being? I mean, where is your compassion going as a human being?
At the end of a busy day of rescues, Shoaib takes 2 snakes to a lake. He was not allowed to release them in the neighborhood where they were found.
Come on, you. My favorite and the cutest. That's the best part about these guys. The moment you let them go, it's freedom. There could be nothing better than that. It's always the best, you know. I mean, what could be better than freedom? Okay, wherever you want to go, go, bro.